Good afternoon, everyone. Oh, still good morning, I think. And welcome to Factor Magic. We're taking a look at how to produce our problem sets by using playing cards to generate factorable trinomials. We're going to take a look at generating one of these 5-card problems, which is going to be our most challenging problem type to generate and our most challenging problem type to solve. So what I have here is a king, and a 5, a 7, a 6, and a 2. 5, 7, 6, 2, king. Okay, so here's where all these numbers go. We can put them in any order that we want. So let's say we're going to start with, we're going to use blue here. We'll do let's put the 5 out here. That'll be fun. And then we'll have in here 2x plus 13 multiplied by, we had a 6 and a 7 as well. So we'll say 6x plus 7. Okay, this would be the answer to the problem that you're going to give to your friends. All right, so here, this is how we would expand this. We're going to go ahead and use our FOIL rule first. So we're going to do first times first, outer times outer, inner times inner, and last times last to FOIL this. And that's going to give us still 5 multiplied by 2x times 6x is 12x squared. 2x times 7 is 14x. Note, I could have made one of these a negative. This is already a pretty challenging problem. 13 times 6 is going to be 78x. And 13 times 7 is going to be 91x. Just 91, sorry, not 91x. Okay, now I have like terms to collect here. So I'm going to have another line where I collect my like terms. 12x squared plus 14 plus 78 is 92. 92x. Check your math, make sure it's good. Yeah, that's indeed 92. And then plus 91. Now I multiply this 5 in. And because of the distributive property, I have to multiply the apples, the oranges, and the bananas that are inside that crate. Okay, I have to multiply all 3 terms. So now, let's just scroll down, give us some space. This is what the problem is going to look like when you're finally done creating your problem. 60x squared plus 92 times 5 is 190? No, it's not right. No, what is it? 90 is 40, 460. 460x. Yeah, that's right. 460x. And then plus, this would be 455. There. And you can, of course, use your calculator for some of these if you're confused. All right? Now, this will create a very challenging problem for your audience to solve. All right? So now, if we're going to solve this, we're going to flip over to a black. This is the problem that you're going to be giving somebody. If they're going to solve it, they're going to use X game. Same process. You're going to do A times C up here. A times C. All right, so that's 455 times 60. 455 times 60 is, well, you don't want to watch me stare up at the upper left-hand corner of the classroom while I do that in my head. So 60 times 455 equals 2,730. 2,730. Is that much? Yeah, okay. And then down here we just have B, which is 460. Okay, now we're looking for 2 numbers that multiply to this and add to that. It's very hard, isn't it? So here's how we would do it. We're going to factor tree 27300 and then figure it out. So 27300. I see that there's 100 as a factor, so I can have my 100 here and then my 273 there. This I notice is divisible by 3, so that's my next stop. But I'm also going to factor this one into 10 times 10, or 2 times 2 times 5 times 5. 4 times 25, or 2 times 2 times 5 times 5, or 10 times 10, or all the factorizations there. So this is 2 times 2 times 5 times 5. Okay, this one gives me 3 multiplied by 81. No, 91. 3 times 91, right? Yeah, 3 times 91 is this. And then 91 factors into, it's divisible by 13. It's 13 times 7, right? Yeah, 13 times 7. So I have to organize these factors now into something that adds to 460. Okay, so now I'm going to play around with different ways to add these up to 460. If I did 100 times 273, that would add together to 373. That's not going to do it. So maybe I can move one of these factors over here, and that would be 300 multiplied by 91. Now that's not going to do it either. But I'm getting a little bit closer, am I not? What if I move the 7 over instead? 700? No, that's too big. Maybe I take the 7 over here and I move one of the 2's over here. So then I would have 50 times 7, which would be 350. This 50 times 7, okay? And that's from the 7 multiplied by these, okay? And then I have 2 times 3 times 13 over here. So that would be 6 times 13. And 6 times 13 was 92, right? And I'm not getting it either. So what I'm noticing also is that I probably need something with a factor 5 multiplied by something with a factor 5. So I think I need to split these factor 5 up to add up to this. So I'm already sort of building a strategy as I'm making mistakes here. And one of the things I'm noticing is I'm going to have a factor 5 times another factor 5 over here. So let's group them. Maybe I can put a 2 over there. I'll split these up. I'll split it up into a 10 times a 10. And so I'm going to split these up according to these numbers. And then I'm going to play with these in here. So if I have 3 times 7, that would be 25 times 21. And then this 25 times 13. And then this one would give me 1 times 5 is 5. And 1 times 2 is a 2. And then 2 is a 50. And that's 525. That's too big. That's too big. That won't do it. Geez, it's really hard. Oh, wait, I did this wrong. As I was saying, like, and I'm making mistakes and I'm failing towards my answer. Yeah, but I made a mistake. This is 2 times 5. It's not 25. So I have over here, what I'm going to do is split these up. I'm going to have 2 times 5 times 2 times 5. And that's going to be 10 on each side. And then I'm going to have 21 and 13. So this is 130. And this is 210. And those add together to make 440. And now I'm wondering if I made an addition error or something. No, I didn't. So that's not quite it. So I still need to play and figure it out. Oh my goodness, this is hard. 26 and 26 and 20 would do it. Can I get 26 and 20? No. Anyway, I'm left playing and playing and playing and playing. And maybe I can't, maybe I'm like, I'm going to make better progress if I go ahead and do more problems that are easier. Leave it blank on your sheet. What you want to do during this activity is accumulate your solved slips, staple them to your scorecard so that you have a record of all your learning. And if you do have any mistakes in their problems, I can help you out with them in the future. Don't throw this stuff out, okay? Another thing that we can do here is 14 and 78 is the hidden answer. Oh my goodness. You know what? I started off with the wrong method here. So what I should do to make this easier, anyone feeling like this is super complicated? Yeah. Common factor first, everybody. So the common factor here is 5. So then I common factor this. This is 5 multiplied by, this is 12, x squared, plus 460 is 92 when I divide out the 5. And then 91. Okay, now I'm playing a different x game. Okay, now I'm playing an x game that I can solve. And it's going to look like this. Two numbers that multiply to 12 times 91 and add to 92. So it's still not easy, but it's going to be doable now. The other one was doable. It was just too challenging for me. So 12 times 91 is 910. You got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are the two numbers?
I gotta do it again.
Yeah. So you do 12 times 91 here. Oh, it adds to 92. Okay. So here we have 910 plus 182. is 1092. And that's to 92, I believe. So we're looking for two numbers that do this. So now I factor 1092.
It's 390 and 70.
There you go. Yeah? You found those numbers? Cool. So these are hard problems, but you can definitely do them. So now I can factor 1092. 1092 factors, there's a 2, and then that divides out into 546. There's another 2, and that divides out into 273. That's divisible by 3, and that gave me 91. And then this is 7 and 13. Far fewer factors now. We don't have that double 5 factor in there anymore. So we have far less playing to do. You find these two numbers, and then you can break this middle term down and factor it. And so these numbers, just by looking up here, we know that they're 14 and 78. 14 and 78 will multiply to this and add to that. So you need to find 7 and 2 together is the 14, and 78 is 2 times 3 times 13. Yeah, 6 times 13, 78. So that's where those two numbers are coming from, is that arrangement of factors. 14 and 78. So once you've found these numbers, you're going to break this middle term down. 5 times 12x squared plus 14x plus 78x plus 91. Okay. Actually, writing these in reverse order is better because the 14 has a factor 7 and the 91 has factor 7. So put them together. The 78 is also has a factor that goes in with 2012 as well. Then this factors into 5 multiplied by 12. So 12x squared and 78x. Common factor 6. So here, I factor out a 6, and that looks like this. 6 multiplied by 2x squared. Oh, this is 6x, I'm sorry. 6x will factor out of this. And so that gives me 2x plus 13. And then this one as factor 7 comes out. Plus 7 multiplied by 2x plus 13. Notice that this factor here and this factor here are the same. This factor here is the same as that factor there, so they factor out. And this gives us 5 times 6x plus 7 times 2x plus 13. And so now I know that a 5, a 6, a 7, and a 2, and a king were the 5 cards used in making this problem. And yes, this is how long it takes to solve the most challenging problem type I could legitimately ask you for in all of grade 10 math. I think this is the hardest problem type you will get. I don't think I'm going to do those. Yeah. And what else to say about it? And I made a mistake in my method going forward. I forgot to common factor first, which is always the first thing you do. So I'm making mistakes and I'm learning from the mistakes I'm making. I look forward to helping you as you make mistakes and watching you learn from your mistakes as well. So get going, make some problem sets. Remember, we want to open up a movie today. So make your problem sets, answer at least one other problem set, or start building up your score so that you're moving up the rubric for your mark. And I'm here to help you, and I'm here to answer problems with you.